In God's name. Come, brothers. Follow my lead. Come, brothers.
There's the enemy!
Advancing. Forging ahead.
Strike them down!
Back off, knaves! Onward!
Fight with the strength of God!
Come, brothers. In God's name. Follow my lead. Moving out. Onward! Advancing. Follow my lead. Forging ahead.
Fight with the strength of God!
Come, brothers.
You shall feel my wrath! The wicked shall fall!
Onward! In God's name. Moving out. Forging ahead.
Come on, you dogs!
Onward! Onward! In God's name. Onward!
Attack! You shall feel my wrath!
Forging ahead.
Back off, knaves! Strike them down! Attack! An opening! Attack!
Moving out. Come, brothers.
Yes!
Onward! Follow my lead.
An opening! Attack! You shall feel my wrath!
Forging ahead. On the march.
Retribution awaits!
In God's name. Come, brothers. Moving out. Onward. Advancing. On the march. Come, brothers. Advancing. Come, brothers. Forging ahead. Come, brothers.
You shall feel my wrath! Back off, knaves!
In God's name. Advancing. Come, brothers.
Retribution awaits! Back off, knaves! Have at thee! Fight with the strength of God!
In God's name. Onward. Follow my lead. Moving out. In God's name.
Have at thee! Strike them down! An opening! Attack!
Come, brothers.
You give me no choice.
Moving out. On the march. Advancing. Come, brothers. Moving out. Come, brothers. Forging ahead. Follow my lead. Onward. Follow my lead. In God's name. Forging ahead. Moving out. Follow my lead. Come, brothers.
You shall feel my wrath! Back off, knaves! Attack!
Moving out. Forging ahead. Moving out. Forging ahead. Come, brothers. Forging ahead.
You give me no choice. Strike them down!
Forging ahead. Onward. On the march. On the march. Come, brothers.
You give me no choice. Strike them down! Have at thee!
Off with you, pest!
Retribution awaits!
Follow my lead. Follow my lead. Forging ahead. Come, brothers. Forging ahead. Follow my lead. Forging ahead. Come, brothers. Come, brothers. In God's name. In God's name. Onward. Forging ahead. On the march. Follow my lead. Come, brothers. Advancing. Advancing. Moving out. Forging ahead.
Attack!
Moving out. Forging ahead.
Strike them down! You shall feel my wrath!
Onward.
Have at thee! Attack!
Forging ahead.
Retribution awaits! The wicked shall fall! You give me no choice.
Moving out. Forging ahead.
You shall feel my wrath! An opening! Attack! Back off, knaves! Retribution awaits!
Follow my lead. In God's name. Moving out. Follow my lead. Moving out. Come, brothers. Forging ahead. Onward. Come, brothers. Forging ahead. Come, brothers. Advancing. Come, brothers.
Attack!
I shall not fall for this vexing.
Back off, knaves! The wicked shall fall!
On the march. Moving out. Follow my lead.
The wicked shall fall! Retribution awaits!
On the march.
Strike them down! Strike them down!
Forging ahead.
Come on, you dogs! Back off, knaves! Have at thee! Fight with the strength of God!
Follow my lead. Onward.
Have at thee!
In God's name. Come, brothers. Advancing. Forging ahead. Moving out. Come, brothers. Advancing. Moving out. Follow my lead. Forging ahead. Moving out. Moving out. On the march. In God's name. Moving out. In God's name.
Attack! You shall feel my wrath! Back off, knaves! Attack!
Advancing. Follow my lead. Advancing.
The wicked shall fall!
Moving out. Forging ahead. Onward. Onward. Moving out. On the march. Advancing. Forging ahead. On the march. Follow my lead. In God's name.
Have at thee! Retribution awaits! Fight with the strength of God!
Forging ahead. Moving out.
The wicked shall fall!
In God's name. Follow my lead. Advancing. Follow my lead. In God's name. Follow my lead. Come, brothers. Forging ahead. Moving out. Moving out. Follow my lead. Follow my lead.
Strike them down!
Forging ahead. In God's name. Follow my lead.
An opening! Attack! You shall feel my wrath! Retribution awaits!
Follow my lead. Onward. In God's name.
You give me no choice. Attack! The wicked shall fall. Have at thee!
Follow my lead.
The wicked shall fall.
Moving out.
Back off, knaves!
Forging ahead. Come, brothers. On the march. Advancing. Moving out. Forging ahead. Moving out. On the march. Advancing. On the march. Onward. Follow my lead. Forging ahead. Come, brothers. Advancing. Onward. Onward. On the march.
You give me no choice.
Onward. Moving out.
Fight with the strength of God. Back off, knaves!
In God's name. Come, brothers. Forging ahead.
An opening. Attack!
Follow my lead. Follow my lead. Advancing.
Have at thee!
Moving out.
Attack! Back off, knaves! Strike them down! Retribution awaits!
Follow my lead. Moving out.
Fight with the strength of God! An opening! Attack! Strike them down! Back off, knaves! An opening! Attack! Retribution awaits! You shall feel my wrath!
Follow my lead. Come, brothers. On the march. Forging ahead. On the march. Come, brothers. On the march. Advancing. In God's name. Advancing. Come, brothers. Advancing. Forging ahead. Forging ahead. Onward. Moving out. Follow my lead.
Back off, knaves!
On the march. Forging ahead.
The wicked shall fall!
Advancing. Come, brothers.
Attack! You give me no choice. Retribution awaits! An opening! Attack!
In God's name. Follow my lead. Onward.
Fight with the strength of God!
On the march. In God's name. Moving out.
Strike them down! Attack! Retribution awaits!
Advancing. In God's name. Moving out. Onward. On the march. Moving out. Come, brothers. On the march. In God's name. Forging ahead. Moving out. Follow my lead. Onward. Moving out. Forging ahead. Moving out. Come, brothers. Follow my lead. Onward. Onward. Forging ahead.
The wicked shall fall! Fight with the strength of God!
We should concentrate on the quest.
Retribution awaits!
On the march. Forging ahead. Moving out. Follow my lead. Follow my lead. Onward. Advancing. Forging ahead. Come, brothers. Onward. Advancing. In God's name. In God's name.
Retribution awaits! Strike them down!
Onward. Come, brothers.
You shall feel my wrath!
On the march. In God's name. Moving out. Onward. On the march. Come, brothers. Moving out. On the march. Follow my lead.
Fight with the strength of God! Retribution awaits!
On the march. Advancing. Onward. Advancing. In God's name.
An opening! Attack! You give me no choice. Back off, knaves! The wicked shall fall!
Come, brothers. Moving out. Come, brothers.
Fight with the strength of God!
Forging ahead. Moving out. Come, brothers.
Retribution awaits!
In God's name. On the march.
Fight with the strength of God!
Advancing. Onward. Advancing. On the march.
Strike them down!
Advancing. Advancing. On the march. Follow my lead. Onward. Moving out. Come, brothers. In God's name. Moving out. Come, brothers. Advancing. On the march.
Fight with the strength of God! Back off, knaves!
We should concentrate on the quest.
Retribution awaits!
Moving out.
The wicked shall fall! The wicked shall fall!
Follow my lead. On the march. Advancing.
Strike them down! You shall feel my wrath!
Come, brothers. Advancing. Forging ahead. Come, brothers. Onward. Advancing. In God's name. On the march. Moving out. Moving out. Forging ahead.
Retribution awaits! Fight with the strength of God! Retribution awaits!
Moving out. On the march. Moving out. Come, brothers. Follow my lead. Onward. Forging ahead. Onward. In God's name. Advancing. In God's name. Forging ahead. Moving out. In God's name. Follow my lead. On the march.
You shall feel my wrath! Dire's bolt! Attack!
Moving out. Onward. Come, brothers. Forging ahead. Onward.
Have at thee! Back off, knaves!
Moving out. In God's name. Follow my lead. In God's name. Forging ahead. Come, brothers. Onward. Moving out. Advancing. Onward. In God's name. Come, brothers. Come, brothers. Follow my lead.
Strike them down! Fight with the strength of God! The wicked shall fall! Strike them down! Attack!
The end draws near.
Onward. Follow my lead. In God's name. Follow my lead. Come, brothers. In God's name. Advancing. Moving out. Onward. Come, brothers. Onward. In God's name. Onward. Forging ahead.
Have at thee!
Moving out. On the march. Onward. Moving out. Onward.
Fight with the strength of God!
Onward. Come, brothers. Forging ahead. On the march. Onward. Follow my lead. Moving out. In God's name. Onward. On the march. Onward. Onward. In God's name.
Attack! An opening! Attack! Back off, knaves!
Forging ahead.
Strike them down!
Forging ahead.
Retribution awaits!
Onward. In God's name. Moving out.
Back off, knaves!
Forging ahead. Follow my lead.
An opening! Attack!
Onward. Come, brothers. Follow my lead. Follow my lead.
Strike them down! An opening! Attack! Retribution awaits!
In God's name. On the march. On the march. Advancing. In God's name. Advancing. In God's name. On the march. Follow my lead. Advancing. Forging ahead. Moving out. In God's name. Follow my lead.
An opening! Attack! Have at thee! You shall feel my wrath!
Moving out. Follow my lead. In God's name. Moving out. Onward. In God's name. In God's name. Follow my lead. Forging ahead. Moving out. Onward. Come, brothers. Come, brothers.
An opening! Attack! Attack! Ah! Back off, knaves!
Onward.
Attack! Retribution awaits!
Moving out. On the march.
Back off, knaves!
Come, brothers. Onward. Forging ahead. Follow my lead. On the march. In God's name. In God's name. Follow my lead. In God's name.
Fight with the strength of God! Back off, knaves!
Come, brothers. In God's name. Moving out. Come, brothers. Come, brothers. On the march. On the march. Come, brothers. Follow my lead.
Strike them down! Have at thee!
In God's name! In God's name!
Strike them down!
Dire's bolt! In God's name!
An opening! Attack! Retribution awaits!
Moving out! Follow my lead! In God's name! Onward! Moving out!
You shall feel my wrath!
Advancing! On the march! In God's name!
Have at thee!
Forging ahead! Come, brothers! Onward! Follow my lead!
You give me no choice!
In God's name!
Retribution awaits! Back off, knaves!
In God's name! Advancing! Onward! Follow my lead! Advancing! Follow my lead!
An opening! Attack!
I shall not fall for this vexing.
Back off, knaves! Have at thee! You shall feel my wrath! The wicked shall fall! Fight with the strength of God! Fight with the strength of God!
Follow my lead!
You shall feel my wrath! An opening! Attack!
On the march! Come, brothers! On the march!
Fight with the strength of God!
Come, brothers! Come, brothers! On the march!
Have at thee! Attack! Strike them down! An opening! Attack! Strike them down! Have at thee!
On the march! Advancing!
Attack! Back off, knaves!
On the march!
The wicked shall fall!
Forging ahead! In God's name! Advancing! Moving out! On the march! Forging ahead! Advancing! Forging ahead! In God's name!